Hello, and welcome back to Elden Ring. This is episode 70, again with the post-commentary because OBS likes to screw me over sometimes. We are back at Nokstella, or Nokron? Nokron, yeah. The Eternal City. Not very eternal due to its current state, obviously. Last time we found this place, where the meteor bit the earth with after we beat Radahn, we investigated and we found this place with its silver silver husks and mimic tears. I'm mixing them up. This is going to be another like slideshow of the stuff that was happening until the end, where I hit quite the roadblock. Yeah. We're just exploring this bridge. The environment in this place is really good. After the mimic tier, so you see some familiar faces in these horned ancestral spirit type guys, but they're not ghosts anymore. So you can only assume that they're tougher. They're doing their best to not die in 3 hits. Yeah, we're getting some budding horns from them. See, I don't know this yet at the time of playing this, but that mausoleum that he's praying to, Lord of Blood, your eminence, I beg you, grant me a seat at the table of the dynasty. Yeah, that's going to be very relevant and very painful later. I didn't even look at where he was looking. I don't know why. Can sort of see if I look up, but well, don't worry, we'll be in that area later. But I am very aware that we're above the Shifa River Well area with all the spectral arches. But just like that area, we also have this mini game to light the fires at these pillars. I'm also very conscious that we're going to be fired on again by those same arrow guys. But luckily I don't think there are any of those guys here. They have a weird thing in this game with singing enemies. It's probably just a good way to let the player know that there are enemies in perches and stuff like that. But like the bats sing as well. And I think it might be the same song even. Yeah, enough of that. No joviality allowed here. And it looks like they're holding something, like a baby or something. I don't know. Look at that guy surviving on 1 HP. Why? I personally don't like it, so it shouldn't happen. That guy died in 3 hits. Why can't you be more like it? Yeah, fire 2. Yeah, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I was gonna say something specific. It's eluding me. I'll be right back from that. For maybe. I mean, just look at this, man. The whole like people coming out of the roof thing, like statues. So creepy. Yeah, I opt first to rest because we haven't rested, because last time after the mimic tier the race was completely bugged and we couldn't even go for it. I wasn't sure if this was like a big area, so I investigated it first thinking it's this bonus thing, I might get some loot. But it turned out to be pretty big, pretty expansive. That's pretty much where our objective in this area is. The Knight's Sacred Ground is a whole area in of itself. We get rejuvenating bonuses. I think that's for sleep build up. Oh, Death Blight. Oops. Thanks me in the past for clarifying that. Yeah, you can't even tell if these are statues at this point, or if they're like people that have been cut up and petrified or something. The presence of Death Blight medicine would imply that they actually are people, because Death Blight is like Curse in Dark Souls, where it petrifies you basically. But I love the verticality of this area. So many places to jump to, so many like places to go, and it obviously rewards the inquisitive and the observant mind and eye, I guess. Yeah. So we're doing our hardcore parkour, looking around, sniffing around for some items. This is a really weirdly tough jump because you have to sprint probably to get there, and yeah, it's a tough jump. You all know what's a tougher jump? That, because it's nowhere near possible, and I don't know why I thought that was possible. Yeah, we make it back. We're not trying that again. Try range battle. It's sensible suggestion. We're just not going to do it, especially when like the guys feel like killing themselves. That crossbow guy died like twice, like did it last time as well. But yeah, we find these silver glob things, these mimic tears, and they mimic actual people. So yeah. I'm not sure why I go psychopath here. I think I just want to kind of use it and get used to it a bit more. But it definitely gets me hit a lot more than I should be. However, I get God Broken Bear, and that's another death. Oh well. That death counter really is racking up. But we return, ready for another good attempt at the boss, or at the enemy. Yep, there goes 40k souls down the drain. Oh goodness. One of those days. At least we have a steady supply of silver tier husks for some reason. And now this crossbow guy hasn't jumped off, so now I have to face two of them. But I figure out Unblockable Blade does mad damage, and that's pretty much my way of dealing with these guys at this point. I'm curious of what these silver tier guys are mimicking exactly. Because they must be like, that's their thing, they mimic stuff, they copy. What are they copying exactly? Like the Nox Stella, the Nox Swords women? I'm not sure. Okay, so up next we just take the alley down, and we sort of have a gander at that giant statue down below. And that's another Dark Souls level design trick of showing you like the grand objective. There it is. But you can't access it yet. It's like you're working towards that area. I'm not sure what these silver tier husks are used for exactly. I always love the guys that are like, nope, no passage, you will not proceed, this is death. Yeah. I'm not sure what those silver tier husks are for, but they have a lot of them in hidden places, so it feels like they're useful, but I never found a use for them. I mean, it's crafting for sure, but like, what to craft at, I don't know. So now we're in this like churchy area, and I don't know, the architecture just shines in these areas, man. You can tell they put so much effort into just the design of the buildings and like the shapes that they're using and where the stairs are positioned and everything. I challenge anybody watching to try and make buildings as interesting as these guys do. It's not possible. Yeah, I let that guy go, the scarab. I was at full health, I think, and full heals at this point, so I just let him go. Didn't bother letting him lure me into a trap. Stone sword key door. We always love getting some extra stuff. One Nox swordstress. Not going to have a good time with it. I imagine the Cypher Puzzler has a better backstab modifier than my my curved greatswords. Yeah, and we get the Mimic Tear Ashes. Once busted in this game, mind, but they nerfed them. They're absolutely broken. Yeah. And now we get to see through that window. There was a place to go. And this was a scary jump because I didn't know if I was going to slide down this thing. But no, we're good. Also, that guy was friendly. Apparently. Lovable sort. Friend ahead. Yeah, I killed him. Uh-oh. At least he respawns. And now, are you ready? Well, are you ready? You see that in the middle, underneath the beam? Do you see it? Ball. That is Ball. Say hello to Ball. He is an enemy. An evil one at that. But still, he is Ball. And I'm just like utterly confused. So confused. That I fall in. And Ball is not very kind to people that fall in. And that's another death. Yep. So we get back. Friend ahead. I don't kill him this time, I don't think. Because he doesn't attack me. He gets off easy. And now we're committed to not falling in. Decisively. Now at this point in the game, I haven't noticed that you can charge up spells, like at no extra cost but with extra damage. So I don't use that, but I do figure that out at some point. It's a cool mechanic, I do appreciate that. As Ball does some friendly fire. And there Ball goes. 600 souls for Ball. I think that's criminal, personally. And now I'm just contemplating jumping down. Which I do. And these Nox swordstresses don't stand a chance. And they drop larval tears, which is good for respecking. Although I haven't respect in this game. And we get our paltry souls back. And we can continue on. You're hiding around the corner. Doesn't end well for you, I'm afraid. And now we're at ground level. So we can find another grace and make our way to the big statue. if you have any thoughts, you know, about anything in the Elden Ring playthrough, anything you missed, anything you want to see, let me know. I've been trying to make a campaign of calling for action on these videos more, to grow a bit more, get a bit more engagement, so I'd love to hear from anybody. Targeting there is a bit weird. Shield guys, perfect for the Cypher Parter. Unblockable blade is unblockable for a reason. Even though I'm not sure why the regular... Okay. I'm just kidding. Just spamming the unblockable blade, and he just keeps spamming R1s, and he's a faster, so he wins. Yeah, I'm not sure why the regular attacks on shield are blockable for the Cypher Parter, because, you know, it's an incorporeal blade. Yeah, these Silver Tears do spook the hell out of me. Because, I don't know, they're pretty strong. I feel like they wouldn't have given me so much trouble if I were using like my Magmorum Scale Sword, or even Dismounter, just so I get the staggers if I use that. But I'm having fun using the Cypher Parter, so I stick to that. Yeah, we're right under the arch where we saw, and the stairs going up straight to the mausoleum-like entrance. Yeah, these Silver Tears aren't too hard. It's only if they transform into somebody like humanoid that it gets a bit dicey. Or, in this case, into a giant, or a stone digger troll. These guys are easy anyway. Like, they would have been a lot better off, like, transforming into some humanoid. Because I have so much, we all have so much experience fighting these guys at this point, that, yeah, we'll take a hit, because, you know, it doesn't even matter. Especially since the only thing that you have to do from this bonfire, from the last bonfire to this bonfire, or to the objective, is this one road. That's all you have to deal with. Then you get to the objective of the area, and you can leave, and you can go back to the other graces. Like there's not many resources that you have to spend on that guy, or on like this encounter as a whole. Yeah. No item ahead. I never trust those messages. There's a teleporter. And here is what Rani wanted us to get from this place. The Finger Slayer Blade. I think I get the description up, yep. Hidden treasure of the eternal city of Nokron, a blade said to have been born of a corpse. This blood-drenched fetish is proof of high treason committed by the eternal city and symbolizes its downfall. Cannot be wielded by those without a fate, but is said to be said to harm the greater will and its vassals. Yeah, I can't imagine what Rani wants to do with this. So yeah, we return to the fireplace before the Night Sacred Ground. I think I took the teleporter maybe, and it took me here, something like that. And we find a Red Wolf of Radagon. This was the boss, the first boss in Rey Lucaria Academy, and now he's just a regular enemy. Although there might have been one near like Rani's area. I didn't get the second hit off. It wouldn't chunk like half of his health. It's unfortunate. And now I'm on the back foot, need to heal a bit. not being cooperative, but he is walking into the lava, so I can appreciate that. And that first actually didn't break my shield, so can't be too bad. This guy's cool. I like his moveset. He's like obviously very Sith inspired, because like wolf with sword in mouth, always Sith inspired. But they did something unique with him. That spell is always slightly faster than I think it's going to be, and I've missed yet another Magma Guillotine. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, it's night. Subscribe for more words of wisdom. No. At the end of the day, you know, I'm not sure if this guy respawns, but I only have to fight him once. I'm only here for the fire, for the pillar. And that guy was guarding it. And also, you know, there were scarabs here. It's an open area as well, so killing groups of enemies will also replenish flasks. So we keep going. We find the next pillar. Guarded by some rats and some shamans. They're definitely holding something, right? I can't tell at the moment what. It does look like bungled up. Maybe they finally reconciled Osiris in Dark Souls 3 when his animation is him holding the baby, but he doesn't have a baby, because in the second phase he friggin' spikes that thing. Imagine if he actually just spiked the baby like into the ground. That would have been funny. Yeah, we keep going. We found the place, you know, the place where we have to turn in all of these fires. Well, not really turn in, but they sort of turn in on their own. But like, once it's done, we go here, because there's the ancestor spirit, ancestor beast. I don't remember what the boss is called. But one sneaky thing they do is hide a fire behind him. So yeah. Can't interact with you yet, so we can just climb over your corpse, disrespect it a bit, you know. Offer fire, yep. And on we go. This area is very similar. Or is it here? No, it's here that they do the bosses. Yeah. One of them. This area is very similar to Shifa. I mean, they are like the same type of area. But it's a bit more enclosed. It's a bit more I'm not enclosed, like the opposite. Yeah, I got stun locked there, so 100 to 0 because he decided to hit me out of hit stun, and yeah, I died. Oops. Yeah, it's a bit more circular. It's a bit more like yeah. Then I get stun locked again. It's not going well for me, as it turns out. They actually one-shot torrent. I will finish this point eventually. Yeah, Shiva felt very linear. Like there's a way to go. This felt a bit more circular. Like it's a big arena. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. Ignore my initial words. Yeah, but we can see that we're pretty much almost done with the fires in this area. I think there's like one left. I'm just looking around for it, really. Also, my souls ended up under the bridge here. Hilarious. Like, these ancestor guys, they give about as many souls as the ball. I think that's hilarious, but it's such a threatening enemy, but it's just ball. And this is all in a cave, right? They built this in a cave, underground. Here's our fire. And power gathers. But we won't be doing that this episode. Because we get sidetracked. Ignore that guy. We get sidetracked by sewers. Aqueducts. I see these jellyfish in the distance. I'm like, what's going on over there, huh? Something important. The jellyfish are usually like FromSoft's way of communicating that there's something mystical or important. See how they're trailing everywhere, like leading me forward somewhere. And I get sidetracked from the sidetrack to do some very safe parkour while I'm being fired at by arrows. I swear, like, the confidence I have for these platforming sessions is unfounded. Like, there's no reason I should be this confident. But I'm also checking the item I just got while we're up here. But yeah, mottled necklace +1 is very good for later areas. It's just the same as the mottled necklace 0, but it has an extra branch. But yeah, see those jellyfish? They're pointing me in a direction. They were left as a trail. It's a very smart thing because like those enemies glow, right? And their glow is, it can be picked out easily within the forest. And their lore is that they're like lost spirits, if anything. So yeah, always turn back. It's always smart too, because you get extra stuff. Stone sword key is always appreciated. And we reach, I think this is like the end of this recording session. I continue after this. Again, because this is a post commentary, I've smushed together 2 episodes, so we can keep going. We get our grace. We get our grace. And you hear the stomping. There's some heavy duty shit going on down there. Let me tell you. There he is. A Crucible Knight. My nemesis. But I know how to deal with my nemesis now. So I'm gonna rest at that grace. Consider my options. And we're going back to Castle Stormvale. Where we first meet a Crucible Knight. We're gonna go talk to Gostok. And he's got a shield for us that we're going to take. Thanks for the buckler, buddy. Time to parry us. A Crucible Knight. And back we go. the aqueducts. And of course, like all things that are planned, you know, it doesn't quite go to plan the first time. We get the first parry, very nice. These guys, like, if you don't parry these guys, you're in for a rough fight. Especially in very space deprived environments. And I just misjudged the range of that spin. First death to Crucible Knight. So we do the sensible thing. We don't go into the fight on half HP because we fell a long distance. We put on the silver cap talisman, or longtail cap. And we make another jump for it. And we take no damage this time. And this time it goes a bit better. Because we're not already on the back foot. Although I am the semi-parry king, except no substitute. I've rehearsed that specific parry so many times. I had no idea why I was semi-parrying that at that stage. I wonder if I put like the golden parries on the buckler, if that would work. That'd be funny. Because those improve, and yeah. I forgot that happened, man. After all that toil against the Crucible Knight, he kills himself. He kills himself. This area is so cool, man. The color scheme, I love the color scheme as well. It looks haunting. The bright flames, the contrast of the like moonlight against the like the marble thing patterns of the leaves that are black as pitch, you know. It all merges together, like the sort of greenish blue tinge to the ground and against the blue fire. It's all very considered. But yeah, we face a new type of Crucible Knight now, the Spear Crucible Knight, that apparently cannot be backstabbed, by the way. And his buddy. Get out of here, man. And something just told me, right? Something just told me that he wasn't going to like just thrust his spear. Something told me that was going to be a projectile. Anyway, we die again. But as I've always said, the knowledge of an encounter is so valuable in terms of how hard it is to beat it. This is why the second attempt is usually the best. Because I know I can't backstab him. I know he's a problem. I know I have to treat this guy like an issue. Like, with extreme prejudice, I will magma guillotine him and half his health because I'm prepared for that. Because I know he's a threat. You don't get that on the first try. And then on a third try, you mess it up because you're trying to do something rehearsed. And this guy has the aspect of the horns as well. It's really cool. I know if I healed there, I just get hit by the projectile spear, so I had to dodge that. And he falls over. Without even going into a second phase, I don't think. Unless using the horn is second phase, but I'm not sure. Get some good smithing stones. And we had to clear out the rest of this area. Do a bit of looting. There isn't too much in this area. There is an incantation though. These golden scarabs. Order healing. Not one I use, but I imagine it's probably good. A lot of golden centipedes here, which is a rare resource. Also, I just noticed I did mention moonlight. There is no moonlight. This is underground, but it's simulated moonlight because it's that bright. Yeah. We're moving on to an area which I died a lot. This is the roadblock that I was mentioning before. This fight, I despise it so much. I think it's a bad fight, objectively. And they just made it worse and worse and worse and worse. I have no idea who this guy is. I think he has some connection to D. But other than that, he literally doesn't do anything. Probably some quest NPC later on. That's Mogwin's Blood Dynasty. The guy before was so emphatic about. Yeah, those guys are no joke. They're archers. So we let them fire at walls. We line of sight them and take them out easy. The arrows are so cool. But yeah, here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah, I realized that we're going into a boss fight, because obviously I explore the rest. I'm always a bit unsure of what I need to include and what I want to cut out, because like the whole area is so stunning that I don't want to like miss out showing you all the secrets of the nooks and the crannies, but a lot of them just lead to like smithing stone 2s, and it's whatever, right? So yeah. Here's the boss. You see him? There he is. The Valiant Gargoyle. Already a shit as hell fight. But they just made it worse. Its hitbox is horrible. Its attacks are hard to read. Like hard to... not like hard to dodge. Something can be hard to dodge. They're hard to read where to dodge. Like, the sword is fine, pretty much. It's when we get to like twin blades and stuff like that, but it's so poorly communicated what there is to dodge and when. It's just Unga Bunga the boss, right? So yeah, the hurt box of this guy is like horrible. You're fighting his ankles, his chicken legs, and the rest of him is so massive. And he switches weapons every now and then, which I think is a cool gimmick. And he does different attacks based on that. This guy on his own, if I had to fight him, I would be okay with it. This attack is bullshit because it's poison and it's near fucking invisible. You'll see a few instances later in this death montage when that poison is so utterly invisible and it gets me killed. So yeah, I feel like I'm doing alright against this guy. I'm taking a few unnecessary hits, but it's the first attempt. Got him nearly to half health, right? Right? Do you hear something? Yeah, it's another one. It is a second one. And there is the poison destroying me. I wouldn't say that's a bullshit death. I ran into it. I didn't think it would do that much damage. It did. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I was stuck in an animation there. That's one. Fair enough. I'm still in it, by the way. Can you see the difference between the green water and the green poison? It's a bit tough. There comes the buddy. Now I'm dying to poison. And that's fair enough. Died. He attacked me, I died. Yep. Did you see where the poison came from? I didn't. Did you see that there was poison? I didn't. Oh, this one's great. This is the one I'm thinking of. It's like you're trying to kill the one that's low on health, but the other one just won't leave you the fuck alone. So what are you supposed to do? Add some poison. And he's just having a rave in the background. Waterfowl dance who? Death. Just plenty of death. It's like the camera can't handle one of these on the best of days. So they threw two of you. That's again poison, just being invisible. I'm still in it, by the way. You can't see it, but I'm still in it. And they're perfectly overlapping their attacks. Being as annoying as possible. I got one. 2 heals left. And this guy, the Twin Blade, is the most bullshit weapon on these guys. Let me tell you, it's not worth challenging at all. Luckily he switches to his axe, which is also a bit bullshit, but it's less bullshit. Like that hitbox, I was behind him fully. And I'm just trying my absolute hardest to get like a stagger off at this point. This axe has like some tremor bullshit, doesn't it? Of course it does. In a way, it was a blessing. It's an utter blessing that the audio was lost from this recording. Because, ooh, I got mad at this. I got so mad at this. Here comes the Twin Blades. Are you ready? He's just spinning. Where and why and when would you dodge that? You know? That was the best attempt I had at that time. Yep, he just spins. Sure, why not? That's another death. I can't wait for this Elden Ring series to be over, so I can make a proper have a proper like video dedicated to the bosses in this game and why I think that a lot of them are bad. That's another instance of invisible poison into I can't look at everything at once in this fight. They're overlapping their attacks. I can't look at two people at once. Rubbish. Yeah. I got frame rated there into poison. This is interesting. Look at the guy in the back. Oh no, this is battle. Okay, it's just invisible poison. This is invisible poison. Tragic. Out of heals. Poison. That hit. That totally hit. Boxes on this guy are utterly ridiculous, and at that point it's like it's game over. Poison is going to take me out. I have to get the clutch boluses, but at this point, what's the point? Unless I do this boss flawlessly, which isn't going to happen because it's very gorgeous. And then the twin blade comes out. Ladies and gentlemen, the twin blade. Are you ready? It's coming. Sure. That's a double hit, by the way. I had to dodge the first one, and because I dodged the first one, I get hit by the second one. Yep, massive combo. We love to see it. Trying to roll through him. Doesn't work. Look at that guy jumps in front of me to mask the first guy who's jumping up in the sky, so I couldn't see when he was coming down. And other fun boss fights await you in Elden Ring. I had a few good attempts, and I'll show the good attempts in their entirety. Because it is a process to learn these bosses. And it's not like I'm opposed to dying to bosses. I'm not opposed to difficult bosses. I'll say this like 100 times every time it comes up. Because I know there's going to be like somebody who's thinking like, oh, it's a difficult boss, he just doesn't like dying. He doesn't like not winning. No, it's the principle of what is happening in the fight and why it's difficult. If it's difficult in a fair way, then I have no problem dying. You'll see that later with some bosses where I die to more than this guy. But I love those fights. I stepped out of the first like tutorial dungeon and I smashed my head against the true sentinel because he was such a fun fight. Now he has some small issues with true sentinel, but you know, you appreciate him for what he does. He's really good. This is just a bad fight for various reasons. Horrible hitboxes, horrible frame trapping, horrible communication of moves, horrible visibility of stats effects and poison. It's a 2v1 gank boss. The hitboxes and herboxes of the boss are busted. The list goes on. It's a shit fight, and it's a stat thing. It's literally just a stat check, this fight. So you'll see when I come back to this later in the series, and I utterly have no patience for it. I come back like level 100 or some shit and just stomp them because I don't want to deal with this fight. And I don't think fights like this should exist in the game. They're lazy. The gargoyles were bad as they were. Why put two of them in the same fight? So yeah, we have the first guy. And we have 4 heals, and we have magic left. So it's not too bad. We get the holy buff of dismounter. Just evacuate from the poison. I don't know what that does, the breath thing. probably gives him some buff, maybe debuffs his stamina or something. I don't know, or his stamina loss. But here comes the Twin Blade, everybody's favorite. Just keep spinning, just keep spinning. I can't approach him, I just have to run away while he's on the Twin Blade. And he just keeps going, and he just keeps going. And it don't stop coming, and it don't stop coming. I thought I could approach there because he had just done an attack. I was wrong. I can't wait to do a tier list as well. Okay, here comes the axe. We can play the game somewhat. That missed, even though it went like straight through his wing. Upsetting. I went from 4 heals to no heals very quickly, and I'm not about to die to poison. Just keep rolling, just spam roll and he'll still get you. I rolled right through that. Upsetting. That was my last attempt, I think. At that point, I was just done.